Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Figurized Standard Amplified Plastic Model Kit for War Greymon from Digimon Adventure. This looks great. I'm really excited for this. They've done one of these for War Greymon, Omnimon. I've already reviewed the Omnimon one. They've done Metal Garurumon, and they've also done a Black War Greymon, which makes sense because all you have to do is repaint this one. But taking a look at the packaging, really cool artwork here on the front. On the side over here, it shows you all the different things you can do. His shield on the back kind of opens up, and he's got the cool claws. You can use the claws together. You can wear the shield on the arm. All this kind of cool stuff. Artwork again over here on the sides. And then over here, really just again kind of shows you the figure with the plates on the back. Not too much going on this side. And it just tells you no glue required. Literally all you need to put this together, maybe a set of clippers to break them out of the sprues, maybe some tweezers for the stickers. Otherwise, you can go ahead and build this without any kind of glue or paint. Nothing like that's required. So, very cool. Very excited for this. Going to go ahead and put everything together, and we'll take a closer look. So here he is, fully assembled and stickered up. I think he looks really cool. He's definitely huge and bulky. Really, really neat. I don't even know where to begin. Articulation-wise, he's got a ton. The head, and I will say that this is a bit of a bummer. The panels on the back do get in the way a little bit. They're on kind of a ball joint, and you can go ahead and pop them off. You can just see, you can see how it's basically it's a peg, and then this is on a ball joint, and that's kind of how that moves around. I'm going to take this off temporarily. Oh, that one, the peg didn't come out. There we go. Just temporarily so I can show you the articulation because they do hinder it a little bit. The head has a neck that goes back and forth, as well as a ball joint at the base of the skull. So kind of at the base of the neck and the chest it has movement, and then you have a ball joint in the base of the skull. The hair piece can kind of move up and down, but once you have those pieces on the back, you kind of have to push this forward a little bit, which is kind of a bummer because obviously I think it looks best all the way back so you can actually see it. But the horns look great. That's a sticker on the inside for the eyes. You put a sticker on that piece and then you put the rest of the helmet over top of it, which is pretty neat. There's really not too many stickers in this set. This little bit of red here is a sticker that wraps around once you put this piece together. The eyes, this little bit of purple here. I think they're supposed to be thrusters here, here, and here. And then really the bulk of the stickers are here on the back. All of this white is stickers. But they easy to apply, nice flat surfaces, so it's really not a problem. But taking a look at this guy, so that's the neck. You have this really huge butterfly joint, as you can see. That leaves a decent chunk of his body exposed. So that's a little weird, but he does have a butterfly joint there. You do have movement here in the shoulder. You can go a little bit out to the side. The problem is, so this piece is on a hinge, as you can see up here. And then you can move this, but it's kind of tight. It's just a tight joint. So it's hard to move that up, but you can do it. And then you have a ball joint actually attached to this butterfly piece. So actually where this connects to this butterfly piece is a ball joint, and then for this there's a hinge, and then you have to move this up inside. So it's a little wonky. It's not a problem, but because the joint is so tight, so you can move this whole assembly around on a ball joint, but then if you want to put the arms all the way out to the side, because otherwise this would get in the way, you have to move this up and then work this hinge. But things get in the way and it's just a little weird. But it can be done. It's just I'm hoping over time that'll loosen up a little bit because it's very, very tight. But you can see you have a bicep swivel there. You do have double jointed elbow right here and here. So you can, and I can take this off actually, this claw piece, just to better show you the articulation for a moment. So you can see the double jointed elbow there. And it actually looks pretty good. It's pretty fluid. I like that. You do have a swivel here at the, I guess, gauntlet, and then the hand itself is on a ball joint. So good amount of articulation there. You have kind of a ball joint here in the waist. Technically, this is a ball joint here, but you can see it's really just meant to snap together. It doesn't move a whole lot, but you can do that there. ball joint there. These pieces here, they have a little bit of movement, but not really a lot. In the hip, you can kick forward, you can kick back, you can kick out to the side. This joint's a lot easier to move than the shoulder. Bicep. You have a thigh swivel there. You have double jointed knees, as you can see. And then you have kind of two joints here in the ankle. So you have a movement like this. You can also spin it. Technically, and it's a little hard to do this, but this is a joint that has a peg this way and a peg this way. So you peg the two halves together, you peg the foot into that, and then you peg that whole thing into the leg. So you can swivel here, and you can also swivel down here at the foot, as you can see. And then, of course, you have that hinge, but it's very difficult to get this one to swivel. I mean, not that you'd ever really need it to, because I feel like, I mean, you can see it a little bit there, it's moving. But really, you have the ankle, and that's really what you care about in the foot. But just so you know, the other bit of articulation is there. I just feel like you don't really need it. Also, this piece here can swivel around, so that if you need to put the foot up, it can move to match it, which is nice. So I like that a lot. But I love the look of the claw pieces. I think they look so good. And you can play with these around a little bit. You can see how he's got extra peg holes. So if you wanted to do like two together to make kind of like a claw sandwich, the packaging shows off you doing that, so you can do that. I like the look of one on each arm personally, but they do give you that option. The other thing you can do, if I take these off, you can take the shield pieces and you can peg them in. So if you wanted to do like one on each arm, and peg that in there like that. I'm trying to get this to peg in. It's a little tight, but it can do it. So you can have the shield on the arms like that. I've seen poses where he goes like this, and then we can rotate this and use the double elbow joint to kind of put the shield like this in front of him. There we go, something like that. So I think that's kind of cool. You can also do, if I take, and this is all gonna come out of here. It's a bit of a snug fit. All right, I'm gonna get this out of here. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I was able to finally get that peg out, but it was very tight. So if you have these two pieces here, it actually gives you this little connector piece, and you can go ahead and peg these into the connector piece, like so. And then you can put this on the arm all together as one shield piece. And hopefully this will not get stuck in here forever. Let me go ahead and pose this in a way that will make sense. And then peg this into the side here. I don't want to peg it in too deep, but you get the idea. You can have the whole shield together like that if you want, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead, take these off of this connector piece. Of course, these are probably stuck in here now. There we go. I'm going to peg these back into the back here. Now, they do have a kind of slight bevel to them. You can see that this one side is a little flat, and that is supposed to go into the bottom. So I kind of have to align that on the bottom when I peg these in. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing over here. That one's already set. Hopefully shouldn't be too bad. There we go. Okay, so now we have the panels on the back, which I think look really cool. I mean, obviously the classic look is to kind of have them like this, but you can actually open these out, and we'll kind of need to get the arms out of the way here. You can open these and splay them out, and you kind of just have to make sure you do it in steps. If you try to do it all at once, sometimes it gets stuck, but, and then let me configure this so it looks a little bit better. There we go. I think that's a really cool look. I think that's neat. And obviously you can open it up if you have the shield on the arms and anything like that as well. But it's a pretty cool look. I like that. The only problem I have with the back panels, I love them, but they really do kind of get in the way of the shoulder pads and the head. And so you just kind of have to worry about that as far as you know, clearance issues and things like that, which is kind of a bummer. But otherwise, looks pretty great. I'm going to go ahead and peg these back on. And these are exactly the same. There's not like a right one or a left one. When you put them together in the directions, they just tell you to build the exact same thing twice. So you don't have to worry about pegging one into the wrong side or anything like that. But that's really cool. I think he looks really good. I really like this figure a lot. I think he did an excellent job. When you go ahead and push these back down, though, sometimes they get stuck. You kind of just have to make sure that everything clears, because how this works is this is kind of on the bottom, and then this sits inside the tray. So you just have to make sure that it lines up and everything clears, and it kind of sits inside the track there. So, but yeah, overall, I really like this guy. I think he looks really cool. For some reason, I'm having trouble getting him to stand, but I think it's just because I'm not posing it well. If you guys know me, I'm pretty notoriously bad at posing action figures. You'd think I'd be better after all these years, but... Also, I just wanted to do a real quick comparison with the figure eyes for Omnimon. Because as you can tell, they're not really in scale with each other. You know, Omnimon is kind of supposed to be a little bit bigger and a little bit more imposing. They're both great figures. I just think it's funny, like, I mean, not that it would even make sense to pose them together, because obviously War Greymon is his left arm. But I just think it's funny when you take a look at the scale. This amplified guy is definitely amplified. He's big. He's impressive. I would say he's at least 6 inches tall. Do I have... I was trying to see if I had like a Black Series figure or something. I don't have that, but here is a He-Man Origins, or Masters of the Universe Origins, which is like 5.5 inches. So you can see he's definitely at least half... I would say he's probably maybe 2 inches taller, or at least 1.5 inches. So this guy might be 7 inches tall, honestly. Yeah, I wish I had something else to compare it with, but unfortunately I do not have anything handy. But yeah, so he's big. Like, I would say this is probably 6 inches. This is probably 7. He's definitely a big, bulky figure, and I think he looks great. Like, I was really impressed with the build. Was fun. I think he turned out great. You know, all the color scheme, everything looks fantastic. Like I said, minimal stickers. They did have, I forgot, these little rings around the horns are stickers. One of them just started popping off, but I put it back down. I haven't really had too much trouble, knock on wood, with the stickers peeling. And I'm looking at Omnimon now, who I haven't looked at in a while, and his stickers appear to be all fine as well. But yeah, I just thought it was funny when I was all said and done how much bigger and bulkier this guy felt than Omnimon. But they both look good. I'm really happy with both of them. So I definitely recommend picking these up if you can. I got mine from HLJ. I don't remember exactly how much it cost. I want to say somewhere in the area of like 30 to 40, if I'm not mistaken. But like I said, it was a fun build. It took me a couple hours just kind of like casually watching television while I did it. And I think the end result looks great. And it was fun, and I'm really happy to have it. So I definitely recommend picking it up. I'm going to do, hopefully, Metal Garurumon. I always want to say War Garurumon, I think because of Where Garurumon, I don't know. In any case, this guy's great. I'm going to hopefully do Metal Garurumon soon, because he looks really cool as well. But yeah, check this one out. I think it's a lot of fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.